Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. Dear students of grade 6, welcome to your science class. Today we are going to start chapter number 5, plants and photosynthesis. This chapter is starting from page number 68 of your science textbook. The topics which we are going to cover today are plants and their importance, photosynthesis, which is the food making process in plants, and internal and external structure of leaves, यानी लीफ का अंदरूनी और बैरूनी, अंदर और बाहर का स्ट्रक्चर या उसकी बनावट, that helps in the process of photosynthesis. So dear students, first we are going to start from the plants, that what are the plants, what are the various types of plants which are present in our world, in our surrounding, and their importance as well. So there are different types of plants present in our surrounding, and 4 categories of those plants are given in the form of this flow sheet. For example, some plants are trees जो कि दरख्तों पर मुश्तमिल होते हैं. Some plants are grasses यानी घास होते हैं, while the other are bushes झाड़ियाँ, and along with it the most attractive plants are called the flowering plants, फूलों वाले पौधे जिनमें फूल लगे होते हैं. So not only that they make our surrounding more attractive, they give attractive look to our surroundings, but they have much more important role as well. So some of the importance of plants can be given in the form of some points, like heading will be importance of plants. What are the most common importance of plants for our nature? So first thing which you must know, that plants give an attractive look. Plants give an attractive look, and also you can say that they actually provide an aesthetic beauty for the viewers, for the people who wants to see the plants, such as the flowering plants. Plants की सबसे अहम बात, ये ख़ास बात क्या होती है कि ये एक बहुत ही खूबसूरत जो है वो आपको एक लुक देते हैं, देखने में अच्छे मालूम होते हैं. आप जब मुख्तलिफ़ रंगों के फूलों को देखते हैं, घास को देखते हैं, मुख्तलिफ़ फलों या मुख्तलिफ़ किस्म के जो दरख्त होते हैं उनको देखते हैं, तो उनमें जो एक ग्रीन कलर होता है वो आपकी आँखों को एक ठंडक की तरह महसूस होता है. तो ना सिर्फ ये कि फूलों और जो ज़्यादातर पौधों का जो ग्रीन कलर होता है वो आपको एक तरोताज़ा एहसास देता है, बल्कि आपको वो देखने में भी अच्छा लगता है. सो प्लांट्स गिव एन अट्रैक्टिव लुक का मतलब कि प्लांट्स आपको एक पुरकशिश जो है वो एहसास दिखाते हैं, या पुरकशिश एहसास आपको दिलाते हैं, जिससे आप उनकी तरफ अट्रैक्ट होते हैं, उनकी तरफ दिलचस्पी दिखाते हैं. एंड द सेकंड इम्पॉर्टेंट रोल ऑफ प्लांट फॉर अस एंड फॉर द नेचर इज़ दैट प्लांट्स are important part of food chain, because without this food chain we would die. हम मर जाएंगे अगर ये food chain आपके environment में मौजूद ना हो. So what is this food chain? Food chain is actually starting from the plants. For example, some plants like grasses are eaten by different animals, like goat depends upon plants for their food. So goat is an animal or herbivore animal which eat plant or which eats plants, and in turn goat is eaten by man, and man are basically the social animal. They are not animal, they are social animal. So in this way a chain is formed starting from the plant up to man. So this chain This sequence is called food chain. Why it is called a food chain? Because plants are the first part of this food chain, and without plants we would die. So plants are part of food chain, and we can also add this sentence here that without them or without plants we would die. अगर पौधे ना हो तो हम मर जाएंगे, हम ज़िंदा नहीं रह सकते. हम क्यों ज़िंदा नहीं रह सकते? क्योंकि प्लांट्स जो हैं वो फूड चेन का सबसे अहम हिस्सा बनाते हैं. ये प्लांट्स जब कोई ऐसा जानवर खाता है जिसे हम खाते हैं, तो इस तरीके से फूड पर डिपेंड करते हुए एक चेन, एक सीक्वेंस या एक तरतीब बनती है जिसको हम फूड चेन कहते हैं. और अगर हम प्लांट्स को हटा दें अपनी नेचर में से, अपनी दुनिया में से, तो गोट्स फिर ज़िंदा नहीं रहेंगी, या इसी तरह के जो दूसरे एनिमल्स हैं जिन्हें हम अपने खुराक के तौर पे, खाने के तौर पे इस्तेमाल करते हैं, वो ज़िंदा नहीं रहेंगे. इससे क्या होगा कि खुदा न खास्ता फिर इंसान की ज़िंदगी को भी ख़तरा होगा, क्योंकि उसे भी फूड हासिल नहीं होगी. तो इस तरीके से फूड चेन क्या है? फूड चेन फूड का एक ऐसा ज़रिया है, एक ऐसी तरतीब है जो कि एक ऑर्गेनिज़म से दूसरे और दूसरे ऑर्गेनिज़म से तीसरे ऑर्गेनिज़म में ट्रांसफ़र होती है. और इसका सबसे बेसिक पार्ट जो है वो प्लांट्स हैं. इनके बगैर फूड चेन नामुकम्मल है. Another topic is photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is actually the combination of two words in which photo means light and synthesis mean prepare or to make something. Synthesis mean prepare banana or to make something, to make banana. So in this way we can define the process of photosynthesis in plants, that photosynthesis actually a process in which the plants make their own food in the presence of light, and this process normally takes place in the leaves of the plants. In which part of the plant? Leaves of the plant. And the timing or the duration for this process is daytime, not at night. Why the daytime is utilized for the process? Because daytime or during the daytime the plentiful supply of light is present or available for the plant, and normally the plants depend upon which source of light for making their food. So this source of light is called sun. So it is the major source or the biggest source of light for every living organism in this world, especially plants. Without sunlight or without light, plants cannot able to make their food. So we can say that plants are actually making their own food in the presence of sunlight, and or as well you can say it is a process in which the light is required. Clear? And the part of the plant in which the food is prepared is basically or are basically called leaves. Now why not at night time photosynthesis occurs? Photosynthesis does not occur at night because there is no light or sunlight is available at night. That's why the best timing for the photosynthesis is daytime, यानी दिन की रोशनी. Now next topic is role of leaves in photosynthesis. So as we know that photosynthesis takes place in the leaves of plants. So for this purpose leaves are well adapted to their job. So what are the important characteristics of leaves in order to perform photosynthesis in them? So leaves are well suited or adopted for their job, for their function. सबसे पहले अल्लाह ताला ने लीव्स को इस तरह से बनाया है कि वो अपने काम के लिए मखसूस होते हैं, उनका स्ट्रक्चर ऐसा होता है कि वो फोटोसिंथेसिस के प्रोसेस को परफॉर्म कर सकें. सो फॉर दिस पर्पस लीव्स आर ब्रॉड. कुछ लीव्स जो हैं वो ब्रॉड होते हैं. सम लीव्स आर फ्लैट as well as thin, and these different shape provides a large surface area, a large surface area for not only the absorption of light, that it helps in the absorption of light, as well as the absorption of, and you can also write and the absorption, or ideal for the absorption of gases, especially which gases are absorbed or used in photosynthesis. So this gas is called carbon dioxide. So you can finally say that the leaves are well suited for their job. लीव्स इस तरह से बनाए गए हैं कि वो अपने काम के लिए मखसूस होते हैं. और लीव्स की कौन कौन सी ऐसी शेप्स होती हैं, ऐसा कौन सा उनका स्ट्रक्चर होता है जो कि फोटोसिंथेसिस में ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा हेल्पफुल होता है. सो द लीव्स आर ब्रॉड. ये चौड़े होते हैं, चपटे होते हैं, बिल्कुल पतले होते हैं. तो ये तमाम चीज़ें जो हैं वो लीव के लार्ज सरफेस एरिया को, यानी सरफेस एरिया को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए बढ़ाती चली जाती हैं, जिसकी वजह से मैक्सिमम अमाउंट में लाइट और साथ साथ इम्पॉर्टेंट गैस, यानी कौन सी इम्पॉर्टेंट गैस, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड, दैट इज़ द बेसिक रिक्वायरमेंट ऑफ फोटोसिंथेसिस, or is also absorbed in the leaves. Now some of the leaves are in front of you in the form of figure, like अगर हम बात करें ब्रॉड लीव्स की, तो ब्रॉड लीव्स कैसे होते हैं, चौड़े, यानी बहुत ही फैले हुए होते हैं. इनका जो ये स्ट्रक्चर है, आउटर स्ट्रक्चर, जो ग्रीन पार्ट है, दैट इज़ कॉल्ड द लेमिना, वो बहुत ज़्यादा बड़ा होता है, जिसकी वजह से एक लार्ज सरफेस एरिया किसको मिल जाता है, लार्ज सरफेस एरिया मिल जाता है फॉर द एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ लाइट. एंड ऑल्सो सम लीव्स सच एज द ग्रासेस, जैसे आपके घास के पत्ते होते हैं, तो ये कैसे पत्ते होंगे, अगर हम एक पत्ते को या एक लीफ को ऑब्ज़र्व करें तो बहुत ही पतला, पॉइंटेड सा, नोकीला सा ये ग्रास का लीफ होता है. इस तरह से सपोज़ कि ये ग्रास लीफ है, और ग्रास के जो लीव्स होते हैं वो कैसे होते हैं, दीज लीव्स आर नैरो, ये पतले होते हैं, बट वेरी थिन. नैरो होने के साथ साथ इनमें दूसरी एबिलिटी क्या होती है, दूसरी प्रॉपर्टी क्या होती है, दे आर सो थिन. एंड दीज प्रॉपर्टीज़ के नैरो होना, बहुत ही पतला होना, और पतले होने के साथ साथ बहुत ही कम, जिसे कहते हैं कि चौड़ा होना, ये प्रॉपर्टी जो है वो ग्रास लीफ को ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ गैस यानी कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड में हेल्प करती है. एंड इन द सिमिलर मैनर अगर दूसरी तरफ हम एग्ज़ाम्पल ले लें, जैसे ये रुबाब लीफ है, रुबाब के जो पौधे होते हैं उनके जो लीव्स हैं वो काफ़ी ब्रॉड होते हैं, तो ये ब्रॉड लीफ में आता है आपका. ये पतला लीफ है, यानी बहुत ही थिन, यानी नैरो, और यहाँ हम लिख रहे हैं ब्रॉड एंड फ्लैट. तो जो चौड़े होते हैं या फैले हुए लीव्स होते हैं, उनकी ख़ास क्या बात होती है कि इनके फैले होने की वजह से ये ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा लाइट एब्जॉर्ब करते हैं. गैसेस का एब्जॉर्ब होने का थोड़ा सा अमल इनमें सुस्त पड़ जाता है, लेकिन इसका मतलब ये नहीं कि ये एब्जॉर्प्शन नहीं करते, क्योंकि एब्जॉर्प्शन ऑफ गैसेस ज़्यादा नैरो एज वेल एज थिन लीव्स में होती है, जैसे कि ग्रासेस. बट इन केस ऑफ रुबाब लीव्स, they are broad, flat and provide a large surface area for the absorption of light in order to give or in order to make more food during the process of photosynthesis. So this is the basic difference between the broad leaf and the thin leaves. Dear students, if you look a leaf very closely or observe a leaf very closely, then you will find that there are different parts in leaves. For example, we here are making some parts of leaf in this way, so you can understand the idea about the external structure of leaf. For example, there is a stalk of leaf which is called the leaf stalk. Leaf stalk यानी पत्ते की टहनी, and it is also called petiole. Petiole. In the similar manner, this expanded portion, फैला हुआ हिस्सा लीफ का कहलाता है, which is green in color, is called lamina. While there is a central line which is running through the center of the leaf, and this central line is called midrib. Midrib यानी mid mean दरमियानी और rib mean रग आप इसको कह सकते हैं या पसली, यानी इसकी बुनियाद पर लीफ का एक स्ट्रक्चर जो है वो मेंटेन हुआ है. अलॉन्ग विद इट you can also find some branches which are emerging from the midrib or which are arising from the midrib, and these are called veins. So this will become, or in front of you, structure of leaf. So this will call the external structure of leaf, that also help in photosynthesis. So external structure of leaf is well suited for the function which a leaf performs, that is photosynthesis. In the structure of leaf you can also find some branches, and these branches are called veins. So there is a network of veins which spreads through the leaves. यानी वेन्स क्या हैं? वेन्स लीफ के अंदर वो शाखें हैं, वो ब्रांचेस हैं जो कि पूरे लीफ के अंदर फैली हुई होती हैं. एंड दीज वेन्स आर मेड अप ऑफ टू इम्पॉर्टेंट टिश्यूज़. वन xylem, that are the xylem tissues, while the other tubes which are present in veins are called phloem tissues. Phloem tissues. Now both of these tissues have their separate role for the leaves. For example, the xylem tissues are responsible for carrying the water into the leaf. So they are responsible for carry water into the leaves. So they bring water into the leaves in order to perform different functions for the leaf. While on the other hand, phloem tubes or phloem tissues carry food, and basically during the process of photosynthesis, when you will observe keenly, then you will find that during the process of photosynthesis two important things are required, and one is called the carbon dioxide, other one is called water. So carbon dioxide is actually absorbed by the leaves, or absorbed into the leaves by the small pores which are present in the leaves. So this gas, or any gas, not only the carbon dioxide but also the oxygen, which is not actually required for the process but it is released during this process. So both of these gases pass in and out of the leaf through a very or small holes which are called stomata. So finally, what are stomata, or what are basically these holes? These are the holes which are actually responsible for passing or allow the gases to pass through them. So we can say which gases are passed through them. So these are two gases including carbon dioxide and oxygen. So some of the structures which are helpful in the process of photosynthesis are actually present in the leaf. And as I told you about the veins, that veins are actually these branches of the leaf which are which are present all around the or spread throughout the leaf. While these veins contain two types of tubes in them, xylem and phloem, which are responsible for performing their respective functions. Xylem tubes are actually responsible for bringing the water for the process of photosynthesis into the leaves, while phloem tissues are carrying the maximum amount of food from the leaves to different or various parts of the plant. So they carry food away from the leaves, while the xylem tissues carry water into the leaves. Not only this, you have to remember the veins, including xylem and phloem and their function, but also you have to remember in this case the term stomata. Now what are stomata? Again, you have to listen this. Stomata are the openings and the holes which are actually responsible for letting the gases like carbon dioxide and oxygen in and out of the leaf. Carbon dioxide is required for the photosynthesis, while the oxygen is produced during this process. The next topic is related to the structure of a leaf, in which you are observing here in this first diagram a leaf with an outer structure. So this is an external structure of leaf, in which you can observe the leaf stalk called the petiole, the expanded portion of the leaf called lamina, the middle rib or central line which is passing through the center of the leaf is called midrib, and along this midrib there are some branches which are arising called veins. So if we will magnify the structure of leaf, then under microscope you can observe the detailed structure of a leaf, which is called the internal structure of the leaf. So this will become the external outer structure, while this is called the inner or internal structure of a leaf. Now in internal structure of leaf, you can first of all find here a layer of wax, and name of this wax is called, or layer of wax is called, cuticle. So it is a very cute layer. We can say it? No. It is actually a layer which is responsible for making the upper skin of the leaf, which is called the upper skin or epidermis. Upper skin of leaf, and this cuticle layer makes this upper skin waterproof. So what is the function of cuticle? Cuticle is a layer of wax which is waterproof and normally responsible for making the upper skin and the whole leaf, or prevent it from the water excessive or losing excessive amount of water. सबसे ऊपर जो आपको लेयर नज़र आ रही है दिस वन, यानी बिल्कुल इन सेल्स से ऊपर जो लेयर है इसको क्यूटिकल की लेयर कहते हैं, क्योंकि ये लेयर वैक्स से यानी एक तरह के मोम से मिलकर बनी है और इसका काम वाटर प्रूफिंग होता है। ये क्या करती है कि ये ज़्यादा मिकदार में अगर पानी लीफ से पौधे से निकलना शुरू हो जाए तो उसको रोकने का काम क्यूटिकल का होता है। एंड नॉट ओनली क्यूटिकल prevents the excessive loss of water, but it also provides protection to the upper skin, which is called here epidermis. So this is the upper skin of leaf. Now along with it you can also find the cells which are elongated and which are long in shape, you can say, or rectangular in shape, and these cells are called mesophyll cells. Mesophyll cells. Actually these cells are responsible for the process of photosynthesis in plant. So these are actually those cells which are responsible for carrying out the process of photosynthesis. How? Because these contain chloroplast, important structure which are used in that is an important structure which are called chloroplast and used in photosynthesis, and they in turn contain a green colored pigment, you can say green colored chemical, and this green colored chemical is called chlorophyll. So chloroplast containing chlorophyll is the main requirement of photosynthesis, and photosynthesis takes place in the mesophyll cells, which are actually the photosynthetic tissues in leaves. So mesophyll cells are also called photosynthetic tissues. Why they are called photosynthetic? Because photosynthetic means those tissues, or photosynthetic tissues mean those tissues in which photosynthesis occurs. Next thing which you have to remember is this main thing which is actually present in the leaf midrib as well as leaf veins, and this area of the leaf is actually called the vascular bundle, containing two types of tubes which are individually called xylem and phloem. Xylem tubes, and the other tube is called phloem tubes. Xylem and phloem tubes. Now the xylem tubes basically perform the function of transport of water, and the phloem tubes perform the transport of food in and out of the leaf. Basically how? Because during the process of photosynthesis, plants need water, and that water is supplied to the leaf by these tubes which are called xylem tubes. And inside the leaf, when food is prepared, phloem tubes are responsible for performing the transportation of that food to the other parts of the plant from leaves. So we can say that हमने यहाँ से स्टार्ट लिया था, हमने ये दो चीज़ें आपको एक्सप्लेन कर दी थी, और अब हम एक रेक्टेंगुलर लेयर की तरफ आ रहे हैं, और ये रेक्टेंगुलर शेप्ड सेल्स जो हैं वो क्या हैं? दे आर कॉल्ड द मेसोफिल सेल्स. मेसोफिल सेल्स आपके लीफ में वो सेल्स होते हैं जिन्हें हम फोटोसिंथेटिक टिश्यूज़ भी कहते हैं, क्योंकि मेसोफिल सेल्स और फोटोसिंथेटिक टिश्यूज़ वो टिश्यूज़ या सेल्स हैं जिनमें क्लोरोप्लास्ट होता है, और इन क्लोरोप्लास्ट के अंदर ग्रीन कलर का केमिकल होता है जिसे हम क्लोरोफिल कहते हैं. ये वो केमिकल है जो सूरज से यानी सनलाइट से लाइट को लीफ के लिए एब्जॉर्ब करता है. सो इट एब्जॉर्ब्स लाइट फ्रॉम द सन एंड मेक्स दिस लाइट अवेलेबल फॉर द फोटोसिंथेसिस. Now along with it, ये स्ट्रक्चर आपको नज़र आ रहा है लीफ के अंदर. And what is this structure normally responsible for? Actually this full structure is called vascular bundle, and this bundle of cell contains two types of tubes or cells or tissues in them, which are collectively called the xylem and phloem tissues, or simple you can say individually they are called xylem tubes and phloem tubes. Xylem tubes क्या करती हैं? Xylem tubes फोटोसिंथेसिस के लिए पानी की रिक्वायरमेंट को, पानी की ज़रूरत को लीफ के लिए पूरी करती हैं, जबकि फ्लोएम ट्यूब्स लीफ में बनने वाली फूड को पौधों के दूसरे हिस्से तक पहुंचाने का काम करती हैं. तो ये ट्यूब जो है वो फूड के लिए ज़िम्मेदार है, फूड की ट्रांसपोर्टेशन यानी फूड को ट्रांसपोर्ट करती हैं, जबकि जाइलम ट्यूब जो है वो पानी की ट्रांसपोर्ट से ताल्लुक़ रखती हैं. नाउ नेक्स्ट फीचर in the leaf are basically called stoma or stomata. Now what are these stomata? Stomata are actually leaf pores. They are called also or commonly called leaf pores. Pores mean सुराख, openings या holes. और ये structure जिस वक्त आपको नज़र आ रहा है, basically the full structure is called stomata, but actually the stomata is an opening which is present in this middle area, middle point, around which the two cells are present which are called guard cells. So these stomata are responsible for letting gases or allow gases in and out. Allow gases इन एंड आउट। ये कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को और ऑक्सीजन जो गैसेस होती हैं उनको लीफ के अंदर और बाहर जाने की इजाज़त देते हैं। अलॉन्ग विद इट इसी स्टोमेटा को अगर आप थोड़ा सा मज़ीद देखें तो जहाँ पर ये स्टोमेटा मौजूद होते हैं वहाँ पर एक मज़ीद आपको एक लेयर नज़र आ रही है। सो दिस लेयर ऑफ लीफ इज़ कॉल्ड लोअर स्किन ऑफ लीफ, also called lower epidermis, just like the name upper skin or upper epidermis. So this skin is called lower skin because it is present at the lower place or lower area or the below area of leaf. So this is the complete structure of leaf, not only externally but also internally. In the end of today's lesson, now I'm going to summarize the whole structure of leaf, not only the external but also internal structure. So as you know that external as well as internal structure is well suited for the job that a leaf performs, and the process which actually it performs is called photosynthesis. So magnified structure under microscope of leaf shows some of the important parts here. Starting from the upper skin, here you can see the yellow layer, and these cells are called upper skin cells or also called upper epidermis. It is the transparent layer which allows the light pass through them, and light reaches up to the cells which are present below this layer, and these cells are called mesophyll cells. These elongated cells here are called mesophyll cells because this thick layer of cell is actually responsible for photosynthesis. And here you can say that photosynthesis happens, and these cells have lots of chloroplast as well. So inside each cell you can also observe the line or a special structure which are called chloroplast, and the chloroplast in turn contain the chlorophyll, which is the green color pigment and responsible for absorption of light energy for photosynthesis. Now we are moving toward the lower skin of a leaf, and this lower skin of the leaf, which is the bottom skin, contain a lot of holes. Many holes or openings are present in this lower skin, and these holes are called stomata. Stomata are basically the tiny holes which are present in the lower bottom skin, and they are supported or protected by these two guard cells. So these are two guard cells here, 1 and 2, and these two guard cells are actually protecting stoma from being damaged. Another important structure of leaf which is present inside the leaf is this vascular bundle. It is actually consisting of a vein, or it is a vein area. Vein area is actually the branches which are present in a leaf. So if you will closely look the vein under microscope, you will find the structure in this manner. At this look you will find the structure of vein, which is made up of two types of important tubes, phloem tubes and the xylem tubes. And you know very well the function of the phloem as well as xylem. Phloem and xylem tubes are responsible for transport of food and water respectively. Actually, the food is prepared in the leaves, mesophyll cells, from where the food is transported through the phloem tubes from the leaves to the other or various parts of the plant, and this food is prepared in the leaf in the form of sugar. That is, the food of the plant is called sugar. While the xylem tubes are, here you can see one xylem tube which is actually transporting water from the roots to various parts, especially leaves, during the process of photosynthesis. So in this way, the structure of vascular bundle that is present in the vein or the branches of leaf is also very important for photosynthesis. So all of these structures which are present inside a leaf are taking part in photosynthesis in such a manner that they have different role in order to make a leaf well suited for this job, that is for photosynthesis. So this is the end of today's lesson related to the plants and photosynthesis. So this is an introductory topic. I hope you have understood it. Thank you so much. Allah Hafiz.